Good morning students of class 10. Today we are going to discuss the topic Treaty of Versailles. It is the last topic of the chapter, the First World War. We all know that the First World War ended in November 1918, and after which the victorious countries and the countries who defeated in the First World War, among them a treaty, 5 treaties actually done with different countries. But we don't have to read all the topics, all the treaty, out of which we have to read just the Treaty of Versailles. It is very important, Treaty of Versailles. Actually, this peace settlement had already sown the seed of the Second World War. We can say the Treaty of Versailles was itself the major cause of the Second World War. Okay, just First World War has finished, after which an agreement was done, Treaty of Versailles, and from the very moment we again sown the seed of the Second World War. Okay, how this treaty became the cause of the Second World War? Why we are saying so? Now let's discuss what is Treaty of Versailles. Okay. First of all, we will learn that why it is called Treaty of Versailles. Versailles is the palace in France. Okay, and 28 June 1919, 28 June 1919, on this day the Treaty of Versailles was signed in the Palace of Versailles in France, and it is located in the capital city of France, that is in Paris. Okay, so that's why we call it Treaty of Versailles. At the Hall of Mirror in Palace of Versailles in Paris in France, this peace settlement was done. That's why we call it Treaty of Versailles. Okay, we have already discussed that earlier there was 2 power blocks, Triple Alliance and Triple Entente. Okay, but when the World War began, the name of 2 groups changed. The first group, that was Triple Alliance, in which Germany, Austria, Hungary, Italy was there. Italy now later shifted towards the other side. Okay, but Germany, Austria, Hungary, these groups were called Central Powers, and Britain, France, Russia, Serbia, America, Japan, Italy, they were called Allied Powers. So this treaty was signed on 28 June 1919 between Central Power, between Germany, mainly with Germany, and the other nations that were on opposite side, they were called Allied. So between Germany and Allied powers, this treaty was done. Okay, So Treaty of Versailles between Germany actually and all the Allied powers put different conditions, terms and conditions on Germany. Okay, because Germany was defeated in the war. That's why after the war, in this way we do so. Whenever in the war, suppose one country that is defeated, the victorious one does a treaty with that country, and the defeated one has to fulfill, has to accept all the terms, all the conditions that was keeping forward by the victorious one. In the same way, now Treaty of Versailles, we can say it. Okay, before going into the matters, the subject, one thing I would also like to tell in this topic. There was no authority from the Germany side. Okay, Germany was called in Paris, but only the representative of Germany put its signature on this treaty. Okay, and from the allied groups, they were representative, they were head of 3 countries. The Prime Minister of Britain, George Lloyd, the Prime Minister of France, Clemenceau, okay, and the President of America, Woodrow Wilson. So in this way, these 3 heads of these countries actually framed this treaty and kept before the representatives of Germany. Okay, so at one side Germany, and on the other side Britain, France and America, their heads actually. In the beginning we started the topic with that it became the cause of the Second World War. So how and why? Now let's discuss this thing, and then we will discuss that what were the different terms and conditions in this treaty. Okay, students, actually Germany was held responsible for the breakup of war. Germany was held responsible for all war guilt. The total responsibility only the Allied powers put on Germany itself, not on Austria, not on other countries who were in Central Powers. Yes, and the other countries also fought from the side of Central Powers, but only the credit, the real, culprit was declared the Germany only. Okay, so in this way we can say that it was pre-conception, pre-planned treaty, okay, by the Allied powers. I think they only wanted to check the Germany that in future the Germany will not dare to do like so that he did in the First World War, because we have discussed that in after the formation of Germany, the King Kaiser William II, he wanted to make Germany the superpower in the world. So I think that was the main reason that after the ending of the First World War, all the Allied powers, they were afraid of Germany. So they kept aside the others. They did not put the harsh conditions on other countries who were on the side of Central Powers, but they only tried to control Germany. Okay, that's why we can say that Germany became very disappointed after this treaty, after this peace treaty. Okay, and we can also say it was imposed treaty. It was a dictated peace, which any country will not accept by its own choice. Okay, and this will we understand when we will discuss that what were the terms, conditions were kept before Germany. Okay, the Germany, his army was totally disbanded. Actually, the Allied powers crushed its military power after this treaty. Economically, they became very weak. We will discuss how. Okay, and all its important regions, its mineral rich regions, its all the colonies. Okay, they all Allied powers, they all took away from Germany. Nothing was left to the Germany. Okay, so in this way, Germany became very, very, very weak. So we can say that Germany, okay, Germany was guilty of the war, for the breaking up of war, but the way, the terms and conditions, which was very brutal, we can say, it was humiliated, it was kind of humiliating one when any country is accepted. So that is the main cause, that was the main cause which led Germany to take Germany wanted to take its pride back. Germany wanted to take its self-respect back. That's why it again started its preparation, that how it will take its pride, self-respect back. And in 1939, once again Germany started the Second World War. Yes. So it was a imposed treaty. It was a dictated peace. Now come to the terms and conditions one by one, and we will understand after discussing all the points that why this treaty became the cause of Second World War. Okay. So Germany had to pay 6.6 billion pound. Germany had to pay the cost of war, because the Allied powers, they held responsible only the Germany for the cause of war, okay, for the guilt of war. So whatever the economical crisis that occurred, either the victorious countries they faced or the loser countries they faced. The whole Europe, actually the whole world went into economical crisis. Okay, so Germany became defeated. That's why the Allied power wanted to take all the money, and by which they can once again could establish them. That's why it was very large amount, 6.6 billion pound. The very first region, the very first term was such that anyone could become disappointed. So this was the first term. Second, Germany had to return Alsace and Lorraine to France. In 1870-71, in the war between France and Germany, France was defeated by Germany, and in this way Germany made the nation. Germany was made as a nation by Prussia, by Kaiser William II, the King of Prussia. Okay, so Germany took the two regions, Alsace and Lorraine, from France. But when in the First World War, Germany, when it was defeated, France got its two mineral-rich region, that was Alsace and Lorraine. Okay, so this way France took its revenge. Danzig is very important. Danzig in Poland. It was a port. It was Bandargarh. Okay, and it was in Germany actually, but it was given to Poland. Yes, it was the port of Germany, but it was given to Poland. And we can say not it was given to Poland, it was to become a free port. Danzig in Poland was to remain a free port. There was no control of anyone, though it was given to Poland, but it was made, though it was given to Poland, but it was left, it was kept as a free port. Any country could utilize that. Yes, so this was the second term. Third, France was given full control over rich coal mines in Saar Basin. It is also very important for the objective question also. And so Germany utilized the iron and coal during the war of the France region. So when Germany was defeated, France was told to take its coal and iron rich region, that was the Saar Basin. Okay, for 10 years, for 10 to 15 years, France could take the resources of Saar Basin, that was coal and mineral iron. Okay. Third, Germany lost all colonies to Allies. We all know that these were empires, and these empires had colonies in the Europe, in the Asia, in the Africa. Okay, so when Germany was defeated, Germany lost its all colonies, and Britain, France, America, Japan divided its colonies among themselves. So once next, Germany army was disbanded. We have already discussed that the Allied powers wanted to check that in future Germany could not extend its empire. Okay, could not extend its strength. That's why under this treaty it was very I think unusual thing, okay, that Germany now could not maintain a strong army. Yes, we can say that the military power of Germany was totally crushed. Now Germany could keep only 1 lakh soldiers in his army, just 1 lakh soldiers in his army. Germany could not produce the war equipments and other things. Its all submarines were destructed. Yes, because we know that in Navy, the England and Germany were the rivalries. They wanted to prove its might over water. So Britain took its revenge when it was defeated. Now Air Force, Germany could not keep. In Navy, the submarines were destroyed. Soldiers only 1 lakh. So in this way, the military power of Germany was totally vanished after the war. How any country could bother such kind of humiliating terms and conditions that were kept before him? So you can just imagine. Next, this treaty affirmed independence of some country like Belgium, upon which Germany attacked, and to defend the Britain jumped into the war. Okay, so Belgium became independent. Poland also became independent. Yugoslavia and Czechoslovakia. So these were some countries who became independent after this war. So some of the important points, 6 points are over here we have discussed, and if you will go through the points, the very first point, that was this much huge amount only had to bear by the Germany only. Okay. Actually, there were over 400 articles in this treaty. 400 plus articles. In our constitution, there are just 395, but in this treaty there were more than 400. And the treaty and the article was 231. According to this, the whole and sole responsibility of war guilt was put on Germany only, and it had to pay this much amount to the Allied powers. Okay. Next, we can see it returned some of its mineral regions which Germany had occupied from France. So Alsace and Lorraine in Poland, Danzig port was of Germany, which was given. Next, we can see the Saar Basin, the mineral rich region were given under the control of France. So how once the country had to pay such amount to the Allied powers, and on the other side, the Allied powers had taken away all the mineral rich region. The port also, they could not keep a strong army. They could not maintain a strong army. After which, all the colonies of Germany they had taken over. So in this way, what was left to the Germany? How Germany could maintain its all regular expenses of their own nation? Okay, so this was the reason that we can say, and it is said by the historians, that it was a imposed treaty. It was a dictated peace, not dictatorship. You have to do like this. You have to accept it. Either you are agree or not. You have to do. Yes. So this was the Treaty of Versailles between Germany and the Allied powers. So in this way, we have finished the chapter, the First World War, the main causes. We have discussed three main causes, and finally we have discussed what happened after the First World War, the Treaty of Versailles with Germany, and how this treaty was become the cause of Second World War. Yes. So this was for today only. Thank you very much.